G'day, fellas, and welcome to Outback Octagon 3, game number 37, but game number 1 of the grand finals. These 8 players have made it the distance. They've made it all the way to square one because their points have been reset and we've thrown them in a brand new lobby. They're going to have 5 games that they play today against each other. And I tell you what, I'm excited. I'm pumped. Some of the best in the business are here. Unfortunately, not everybody could make it. But some people got great civs. Some people drew the short straw. Let's take a look and see where we're at. Ladies and gentlemen, in the north of the map, currently sitting on 0 points. Every player in this game is sitting on 0 points, so keep that in mind. In the color yellow, playing as the Delhi Sultanate. Representing, or playing out of Serbia, it's Beastie. To his south, ever so slightly, towards the center of the map. Not a particularly good spawn for him here, I will say that much. Definitely going to be a slow start for him. In the color teal, playing as the Holy Roman Empire. He can't keep getting away with it. On 0 points as well. Ladies and gentlemen, playing out of Canada, it's Puppy Paw. Keep in mind, Puppy Paw is the 2-time Outback Octagon champion and runs. At the moment, the odds are looking very good for him. People think he is going to be the victor 3 times in a row. And look, I reckon you'd be pretty crazy to bet against him. But especially on the Holy Roman Empire on Mega Random. But we'll have to see how he goes. In the east of the map, in the color red, playing as the Chinese. Representing or playing out of Sweden. Is he playing out of Sweden? Baltoon? Oh gosh, not this again. Not this again. Drongo, it's been 5 weeks. He's playing out of Sweden. He's got to be playing out of Sweden. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Baltoon in the red. And over towards the south side of the map. We'll go with the outer player first. In the color green, playing as the Ayyubids. Representing Team Mayan Sanity. Playing out of Belarus, it's Anatans. And to his north, as the Japanese. In the color purple, playing out of Canada. The identical brother of the 2-time champion. You could be... you could understand if you made a mistake confusing these two. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wham01. And in the west of the map, in the color pink, playing as the Byzantines. Representing Team M8, mate. Playing out of France, it's Marine Lord. And to his west, very, very close by, in the color orange, playing as the Malians. Representing Team Elephant. Playing out of China, it's CSO. And our final player for today, in the color blue, playing as the Rus. Representing Team Fox, playing out of Spain, it's Vortex. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mega Random. This is game number 1. Now the sacred sites, they look a little bit funky. We got a sacred site down here, over here, in the middle of the map. Sacred site victory, very unlikely unless, maybe in the end, Anatan somehow gets control of all this area. It's not really on the cards. Let's quickly look at relics. Now, keep in mind, the number 1 player in this lobby going to be going for relics is Puppy Paw. Let's take a look and see how he sits with regard to relics. Let's count them out. So he's got 1, 2, relatively close, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 relics in the lobby is always a good thing to see when it comes to FFA. The only thing is Beastie's nearby. Now, Beastie's got no sacred sites, and he does have the Delhi Sultanate, but there's a good chance he's going to look to deny these relics. I think he's also going to be putting on some decent pressure here for Puppy Paw. So Puppy Paw's not going to be sitting uncontested for a long time, and I wouldn't be surprised if Beastie says to Vortex, hey, Vortex, Puppy Paw's got 5 relics. Maybe we should work together to take him out, because that would represent a very significant threat to the rest of the lobby. It would be understandable, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to see. Now, I'm not going to flash up the scoreboard for you guys, just mainly because, well, you guys know where the scores are currently sitting. So when it comes to the grand finals, so there will be 5 games. This is the first game of the grand finals, and we have reset the points back to 0. Everybody is back to 0. So those 7,000 points that, well, this is Vortex, but this is Puppy Paw. 7,000 points that Puppy... Oh, have a look at this. The 7,000 points that Puppy Paw accumulated, they are gone. You're going to have to reaccumulate those again. Everyone is at 0 points, but not everyone is age 2 just yet. Have a look at this. Anatan with the Culture Wing. So might be looking to go for a fast castle. We do see the stable's going to get put down within reach of the Japanese town center. Only just now is Wham putting down his own landmark. Things already getting a bit spicy. Anatan finishing the stable before anybody's even aged up. A unit in queue at the moment. You can see he's got the horseman at the top of your screen. We'll be looking to put on pressure early. So when it comes to, who's in a favorable position for this game, you'll look at these two and you'll say, okay, well, Wham, Anatan, I don't think there's much chance you guys are getting out of the hood today. And I think that's definitely a correct choice or a correct position to take. Vortex, he's a little bit further away from these two. CSO together with Marine Lord. Once again, we've seen these guys fight, and we've seen CSO come out on top before. I suspect this might be another difficult one for them to get out from underneath. The big one I want to highlight for you, though, is Baltoon. Have a look at this. He's playing the Chinese. He's in the corner of the map, and he's got nobody else nearby. He is all by himself. He is having an absolute field day over here. Now, he doesn't know that yet. He's just wondering where everybody is. But if you would have split the map down the middle, he's pretty much got this entire side to himself. It's only Beastie who barely crosses the line when it comes to that central axis. So really, really well played. Not really well played. Really, really lucky for him here. He'll be very happy with that. All right, well, the age-ups now start coming through. I'm going to be looking towards this top side. Of course, as the reigning champion of the Outback Octagon, all eyes will be on Puppy Paw and seeing how much strength he can find in these early games. Of course, he's managed to get a very strong civilization, arguably the best FFA civilization up there with the Chinese. Let's see what he can do with it. But first things first is that he's going into the Minework Palace, and there's a good chance that that means he could be thinking about going for the Burgrave. Now, if there's one thing I know about BC, it is that he detests spawning next to the Holy Roman Empire. He doesn't mind spawning next to people, but when you spawn next to the Holy Roman Empire, it's really tough. And the reason why is simple. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If he goes for the Burgrave, he kills you. That's it. And if he doesn't go for the Burgrave, he doesn't kill you. But he will just kill you later. And that's what's so powerful about the Holy Roman Empire. They're so difficult to deal with. Now, I'm just going to ask quickly, how is the sound going for you guys? Because those scouts are starting to get a little bit loud for me. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. You let me know if I turn it down too much, though. I've turned it down a smidge. If it's too soft, too gentle, please let me know. All right, so let's talk a little bit about strategy. What's the plan here today for players? So, second town center going to be coming through for Vortex. He's obviously doesn't have that many people nearby, and the nearest player to him, Puppy Paw, has arguably got someone even closer that he might be looking to focus earlier. Now, remember, everybody in this lobby is very good, so I don't think that you're going to have players picking on individuals. Have a look at this. This is going to be a Burgrave. Yeah, it's a Burgrave. Puppy Paw going to be starting off the Outback Octagon 3 Grand Finals very strong, and he says, you know what? My position's okay, but it's not good enough. I've got people a little bit too close to me. Now, does Beastie spot this? Beastie's scout is down towards the south. Vortex's scout, I don't know whether he sees this either. I think this may be a secret silent... This could be bad. This could be really bad for the neighbors of Puppy Paw. Now, in the middle, we've already got archers. Have a look. What is going on here? These archers are building a battering ram in the middle of nowhere? Is he just taking out these random these random gold mines? I don't know what the play here is. He does have... Oh, he's looking to take out the outpost on the gold vein. I see. He wants to try and stop Wham from collecting gold. Of course, Wham's in a bit of a tough spot. Horseman now coming out as well for Wham, but this is going to be the highlight here. Now, one thing to note is that Beastie has been a little bit blasé about scouting out the direction from his opponent, but perhaps that's just because he knows what his plan is. His plan is to just simply get to Castle Age as quickly as he can, try and build up those crossbows, and just play defensive. But now you can see Puppy Paw with a little bit of an advance. Scout comes out, and this is a sign of his intentions. Does he look to keep all of his men-at-arms in the base? Or does he look to start rallying them out? And it looks like he's just going to keep them in the base for now. He's also just starting to take a ball. He hits the Castle Age, which means relics are now going to be a thing as well. And now he starts making his move. Beastie with a lot of vills on gold. Early on in this game, though, Puppy Paw, he got that town center down pretty damn quickly. Had a bit of change of mind, but now makes his way inside the base. Beastie might have to think about a wall to try and keep himself busy. There it is. He's going to be going for the compound of the defender. Vills are going to try and get it up, but it's not a good start here for Beastie. Pulls out the scholars from the mosque. And now he's going to look to try and heal these villagers up. It looks like one of them did manage to come through. He's looking to try and heal them up, and he's able to do it, keeping them alive. Beastie trying to keep those vills alive, doing a beautiful job. Able to continue building the compound of the defender while he holds on for dear life. Vills trying to readjust. He wants to make sure they're not going down. More men-at-arms continue to rally in. He's holding on in this situation. No archery ranges up just yet. No stables up just yet. The numbers are still overwhelming, but Beastie looks like he will get the compound of the defender online. He's got a little bit of wood in the bank. Vills are still working it. They've managed to drop off, and immediately the archery range comes down. Vills, how many vills is he on? He's on 25 vills compared to Puppy Paw on 28, so he's lost a couple, but not a huge amount. Archery range comes online. Scholar's going to jump inside straight away. He should look to try and get scholars in immediately, but Puppy Paw putting on pressure very early on in this game as Beastie reaches the castle age. All 15 vills inside that town center. He's got +1 that has come through. Going to be giving a little bit more damage to these units, but +2 ranged armor is already in. Scholar now coming out. This is where Beastie needs to get... Oh, this is tough. This is tough. This is where he needs to get these crossbows out. Doesn't have a lot of resources in the bank. 0 food a minute at the moment. Vills have only just moved over towards the mill on the east side of the map, and just the unfortunate positioning here where he's just spawned a little bit too close to the Holy Roman Empire. Puppy Paws realized it and said, you know what? I think you need to go. He knows that if he only plays into the relics, that what is going to happen is very simple. If he plays into the relics, Beastie will take him out. So he needs to take out Beastie before he can do it. Crossbow in queue. You can see the men-at-arms are positioned. He wants to try and keep this crossbow alive, but look at the micro coming out already. He's going to drop the scholars out, puts the scholars on the top side, brings out the scholars for a bit of a repair, tries. Does he get it? He manages to do it. Keeps the first one alive. Second crossbows. Now going to come out. He brings more men-at-arms. Probably needs to start racing this bad boy through the pack. He does it. More crossbows looking to come through. Siege is coming out a fair bit of siege here. I want to make sure, am I missing anybody else? I don't know if I'm missing any further action, but the crossbow lives at the backside. Have a look at this. He's got the scholars. He's just trying to block in absolutely everything. Keeps it alive. Second crossbow. I don't know where it is. Men-at-arms are looking to try and chase away the vills, doing a decent job. Beastie's still trying to keep himself alive during this game. Scholars are going to get caught out. I don't know where the crossbow is. There's the crossbow. He's just got the one crossbow to his name. No gold. He's got no gold. He's got no gold, and with no gold, there's no hope, because with no gold, he's got no wood. And with no wood, you can't build a mining camp, and no mining camp. And now he puts the vills out onto the gold. Scholars are going to come out to help, have a little bit of a repair, a little bit of a heal up over here. They're going to heal each other. Where's that crossbow? I don't even know where that crossbow's gone. And there he is. He's got low health, and Beastie's trying his best to hold on in this first game of Outback Octagon Grand Finals. Meanwhile, over the rest of the map, you've just got complete calm. Baotune walling up. He's managed to get a very good spawn. We see plenty of units over towards that west side. Marine Law putting the pressure on towards CSO. But back in the base of Beastie, the king is going down. And unfortunately, the first player eliminated in this game is Beastie. I forgot to actually change it over to his perspective. That could have been really bad. We could have had a scar error there, but fortunately, we didn't. I forgot about that one, but it's okay. All right, well, Beastie gets eliminated, and look, you got a feel for him there, right? Because he's expressed that before. It's just bad RNG. Not only does he spawn close to somebody, but he spawns close to the Holy Roman Empire player. And that's really tough. That is super duper tough, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you play around them going for a Burgrave, then you're behind if they don't. And if you play around them not going for a Burgrave, you're dead. So it's one of those really difficult things. And look, I think there were a couple of little things that could have made differences, but at the end of the day, you know, he went up as quick as he could to Castle Age and yet was still unable to find success. So he might have to head back to the drawing board for the next game. Unfortunately, you know, he gets taken out in this one. First blood goes over to Puppy Paw, but he'll lift his head up, he'll lift his chin up, and he will keep on moving forward. Byzantines now beginning to attack on the west side of the map. Where does Puppy Paw go next? He's looking to make his way down south. Of course, attacks are happening absolutely everywhere. Looks like Wham's having a bit of trouble down there. Perhaps he looks to go and take out his brother. Meanwhile, Marine Lord is putting the hurt on for CSO. Not a lot of units here for CSO on the defensive. Not a lot of units on the defensive here for CSO. I don't know what the plan was for him. I guess he's just tried his best to go for a little bit of a boom with the multiple pimp mines. But in the end of the day, I mean, it's just going to be a very quick elimination here. Again, Marine Lord looking to get some points on the board. Keep in mind, he is still in the feudal age, so this is going to be great for him. Means he picks up double points for this kill. King comes out, and unfortunately, that's going to be it as the king slowly is at the bottom of the pile here. You got to go through the whole pile before you get to the king. You can see it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. And finally, the king goes down. What was down here? Oh, there was a whole bunch of vills from CSO. He was a little bit out of position, you could say. He was getting chased around. Now, what's going on with Puppy Paw? Puppy Paw, oh, look at this. Look at Puppy Paw. Look at Puppy Paw. He had scouted out what was happening, and he was looking for his next kill. Unfortunately for Puppy Paw, he didn't make lancers, he made men-at-arms. And that means you don't have that mobility, that speed. But it looks like he's just going to be spending all of his resources and just going for Marine Lord instead. He says, you know what? You've been fighting. I reckon I can take you out. And that's kind of interesting because it sets up this weird little mid-game where Vortex has been very susceptible to an attack, but I don't know whether he's scouted that out, right? Like, if you just see nobody attacking Vortex, you just assume he's at 100% power. But when you're on 3 TC, it takes a while for you to reach that 100% power that you normally would have at this time in the game. So maybe he just assumed it was a 2 TC play and not 3 TC play. But I'm going to be honest, you are an absolute madman to think 3 TC is an appropriate strategy against a man with a Burgrave so damn close to your base. Meanwhile, the split's coming in. Marine Lord going to be doing his best to try and make the units that he's got count. Keep in mind, he still is in the feudal age. He did actually cancel this landmark. He's going to be looking to rebuild it. I don't even know if he's going to be able to... No, he is aging up. He's aging up somewhere. He's aging up in the north. You can see that he was going for the landmark here. He's moved it up a bit further. He's cancelled it once again. And he's going to bring it back closer to home? Is that what he's thinking? What's the play here, Marine Lord? What are you doing? He's cancelled the landmark like 4 times, this guy. Somebody, stop him. All right, let's check in with the other players on the map at the moment because Vortex has finally come online. It took 16 minutes and 55 seconds, but he's decided, you know what? It's time to start attacking, and he's going after Puppy Paw, which definitely makes sense because Puppy Paw's invested a lot of resources early to take out Beastie. He's on the other side of the map. He's only got men-at-arms, and there's a good chance that that's all he's ever going to have. Meanwhile, on the east side of the map, we have a little bit of a freight train situation, ladies and gentlemen. How many town centers is he even on? Is it just the 2 TC play? Yeah, it looks like it might just be a 2 TC play, which is pretty standard for the Chinese. No, it's 3 TC. It's 3 TC. He's 3 TC Song Dynasty in the corner. Wow. That is, that's a scary amount of town centers. He's got a lot of food over there as well. Completely walled in. I'm looking for action on the other side of the map. I don't see too much yet. Marine Lord with Vills on the west side. So far, so good. Puppy Paw still holding on, looking strong. Manages to get some early points in this game. But not a huge amount. You know, like, it isn't stuff to write home about. We'll put it that way. But Puppy Paw, he did damage to Marine Lord. Marine Lord was able to hold it, but now all of a sudden, I suspect Puppy Paw might be in trouble here. He's going to lose this relic. So I think where Puppy Paw may have gone wrong was not attacking Vortex. He could have very easily just rolled over the top of Beastie and then gone on to attack Vortex. But I think the mistake that he's made... Oh, the relic didn't... The outpost didn't actually go down. I feel like the mistake that he may have made is that you assume that you've got speed. And, like, these men-at-arms are quick, don't get me wrong, but they're not as quick as knights. So you're not able to be flexible. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Anyway. Vill numbers. Let's double check and see where we're at. Vortex on 103 Vills. Obviously 3 TCs. Baltoon 124 is leading the pack for sure. Everybody else, look at everybody else, dude. Puppy Paw 44. Marine Lord 55. Anatand 48. And Wham 40. And you know why this is? This is just because they all spawned close to each other. So they have to just play this silly little game where they can't go for a second TC until it's 19 minutes into the game. It's just unfortunate. Meanwhile, over on the east side of the map, Baltoon's just having a beautiful time. He's enjoying life. He's got the farm transition in. He is having an absolute field day. And university's down. He's gonna start making units soon. And when he does, you're all gonna be rolled over the top of. All right, well, let's check in and see how Vortex is doing in the north of the map. No age ups coming through at the moment. Everybody happy with where they are. A little bit of a fight happening down on this south side. Wham up against Anatand. Now, the Vills are going to get caught out of position. keep in mind, these camels, or these desert raiders, I mean, they're technically camels, very, very strong units. Some of the best units in the game once it gets into the late game. So if Anatan's able to make it into the late game with a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of vills, because he will need it. He'll need to empower that economy. He'll be in a great spot. Now, Marine Lord also took a really good fight here. The fact that he was able to actually take out CSO without losing too much of his army is very impressive. And I don't know what happened there, how CSO got caught out of position, and what exactly was the story, because obviously we were quite focused on the fact that Puppy Paw was going Burgrave. But yeah, I'm curious to know exactly what happened and how Marine Lord was able to knock CSO out so quickly. Because it almost didn't seem fair. It seemed like a conqueror against a plat player. It was very quick, decisive. And now, in the middle of the map, Vortex with some vills, having a little bit of a look with their berries in hands to get chased away by Puppy Paw's men-at-arms. He's got plenty of units out on the field. Puppy Paw, still no Imperial Age just yet. Might be sticking around in the Castle Age for a little bit to go. Still plenty of relics at his backside. At the moment, for the relic count, Whammo 1 is on 3 relics. We'll have to change his name to Whammo 3 after this. That's not too bad. Marine Lord on 2 relics. 2 relics for Baltoon, 1 for Puppy Paw, and 1 for Vortex. So pretty evenly shared on that relic count for the moment. A lot of battering rams coming through now, though, and I think Vortex is in a great little spot here. Horse Archer's now going to start coming in as well. Needs to be careful about taking the fight with the Spearmen. You can see the Horse Archer's going to get caught. They're going to try their best to take out the battering rams. Men-at-arms on the backside. They'll be very happy to see the Spearmen defense. But keep in mind, those Knights absolutely happy to take them out. Though these are Holy Roman Empire men-at-arms, they've got that extra bonus damage against heavy units. So you want to avoid fighting them if possible. Meanwhile, on that west side, Marine Lord starts to get some walls going. Have a look at the walls that are going up for Marine Lord. We got 2 key players that are starting to build in the corners of the base. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That is a big move right there. We got to keep coming down inside the base. Baltoon just says, all right, I'm ready. Puts the pedal to the metal immediately, and Puppy Paw is going to be the one he focuses, the one he targets. He knows that if he leaves Puppy Paw alive for too long, he will become a huge threat in this game. Palace Guards fully upgraded by the looks of it. I think we've got the... Do we have the upgrades? Let's double check and see. Yeah, we've got the upgrades. We've got Elite Army Tactics. And now Siege Workshop's coming in on the front as well. He's going to keep rallying in these Palace Guards. Plenty of melee armor on them. 9 melee armor on the Palace Guards. So this is a great fight here for Baltoon. But Baltoon, I mean, perhaps there's just been enough time bought for him where he's now able to start rolling over the rest of the lobby. I think I've said roll over like 18 times this game. I'm going to try and stop saying that. I always get these little things that I say, and I repeat them a lot. I repeat stuff, as Bo would say. But now, on the south side, Vortex with the Castle Age units makes his way down to the south. Marine Lord's going to be his next target. He says, you know what, Baltoon, you can have him. I don't want him. Because he knows that if he stays too long in this base, it's just going to be him losing the army and him losing the opportunity. Baltoon's going to win this 9 times out of 10. He's got the elite army upgrades. He is absolutely fine. Meanwhile, on that south side of the map, hold your horses. Town Center's going down. Whammo 1 in trouble. We missed the king kill. It's all right. We knew it was going to happen anyway. I'm not too fussed about losing that one. We got action all over this map. And I'm kind of glad that we picked up on this one because the king is inside the Kura storehouse. Now, granted, he's got an opportunity. We got Vils being pulled as well by Anatan. Wham's in trouble right now. He is losing more and more units. Let's see that king. He's going to try and pop out the top. He's surrounded. He's going to go down, and Wham is eliminated from the game. Anatan takes him out and picks up a kill as well. We got 1 for Baltoon. We got 1 for Marine Lord. We got 1 for Anatan. The only one who's missing right now is Vortex, and he's trying his best to claim that last scalp. The only problem's going to be that the king is having a little bit of a run. Look at the Palace Guards. Look at the Palace Guards go. He's got the sprint ability. He uses the sprint ability, but he can just... I mean, it's only a matter of time. The keep is coming online, but does he not know? Maybe he doesn't have the ability. Let's double check. We'll right on board with him and see what he sees. Where's that king? I don't know where that king is exactly. Or rather, where his king is. It's probably still in the main TC. Yeah, it is. Can we check the abilities? We can't actually check the abilities and see whether he's used it. The keep is coming up. Oh, he's on a timer. Oh, he's on a timer. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Marine Lord's going to lose his king. Don't worry. We saw that one. Vortex gets the kill. The king jumps inside the keep. I think the king jumped inside the keep. Where is the king? Why is it not in the keep? The king's on the move. The king's on the move. The king moves south towards the army. Oh, Vortex looks to make a smart play today, ladies and gents. How close was this? He makes an escape by just seconds. And now he checks the king location. He sees it's down further, but all the army is in the way. Vils are down here as well, so he's going to be able to rebuild a keep or get a little wall or two up. Plenty of units here, though. But now there's trouble in Paradise because Baltoon is looking very scary in this game. Vortex picked up the kill on Marine Lord with only just a tiny little bit. Only a tiny little bit of time to go, but to be honest, he was going to be absolutely fine. He made his way down here. I don't even know where is the king. Oh, he's in the wooden fortress. Okay. So at this point, there appears to be two players that are setting themselves apart in this lobby. Baltoon and Vortex. There is Anatan at the south of the map, and I suspect he's probably just hoping that these two fight long enough to a point where he becomes relevant, because at the moment he is very much irrelevant. And it would be very simple if Baltoon wanted to. I would say, Baltoon, you know what? Just focus all resources. Go and take out Anatan right now, and just build up. And you know you've got that advantage. The trouble is, I don't know whether he's going to be able to actually withstand sustained attacks from Vortex. This is cavalry that we're talking about. Battering rams are slowly working it through. He's got the king. He's making his way back towards the keep, I would suspect. Vils are looking to migrate. He does have palace guards. He needs to be careful with this king. If the timing is perfect here for Baltoon, he could potentially find a snipe on Vortex. All right. I don't know what Twitch chat is talking about right now, but it interests me greatly. I will say that much. I saw a word there from Cow, and I said, "Whoa, hold on, Cow. What are you guys doing over there?" Anyway, I'll let you guys keep talking about that, and I'll think about it later. All right. Well, Vortex adds in a couple more farms, cleans this up. King comes back to the keep. I think all of the palace guards. Yeah, the palace guards are going to fall back. So at this point, I mean, the score looks really, really good for Baltoon. He's at 151 Vils. Vortex only at 107, and he did lose a town center in that last fight. So maybe it's not a two-horse race in the same way that I think about it, or the same way I'm thinking about it. I just realized that the Anatan, he's picked up a kill as well. So if he's allowed to boom here, this could be really bad. I think the most important thing is for Baltoon to just kill him. And like 10 palace guards is enough to kill him, right? Like, well, maybe not 10 palace guards. Maybe you'd need a few more than that. You guys get the idea. He's going to try for a push, though. I like his odds this game. Now beginning to spearhead the attack with the palace guards. Hand cannoneers on the backside as well. Pyrotechnics upgrade. Is it through? It's not yet through. Full range only for those hand cannoneers. And now the stone wall comes up on this south side of the base. He's looking to try and secure more and more land. Hand cannoneer and palace guards still fighting in the castle age. Vortex is. The economy, not that impressive. Only 113 Vils at the moment. He must have lost quite a few Vils in that last battle because they were actually quite close, these two players. So the one thing that Anatan needs in this game right now is for Vortex to stay alive. He wants at all costs Vortex to stay alive, Baltoon to waste time, waste resources, because Baltoon's in an incredible spot right now. But the truth is, Anatan can challenge him. How many TCs do you want? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 town centers. This is exactly what he needs to get back into the game. The only thing is he's going to need time. And it doesn't look like he's going to have it. Look at this. Baltoon's army continues to build, continues to push and stack. Plenty of units coming through. The saving grace that Vortex has got is that Baltoon seems to be sending in these units one by one, and Vortex is just kind of picking them off willy-nilly. They need to work together to take out Baltoon, but I don't know whether they're going to have the time to do it. At the moment, Baltoon looks incredibly strong. He's managed to get a very good spawn on one of the best FFA civs, finds himself isolated completely with lots of resources, and he's just managed to utilize it incredibly well. Beautiful forward base in the center of the map. Doesn't even need to think about Sacred Victory or Wonder Victory, anything like that. He's just going to try and exert his physical force in this game. Beautiful tempo control here as well. The one missing key for this is the battering ram. I feel like he needs to add in more battering rams here. Siege workshops are towards the top, and there's the battering rams. They're going to start making their way across. Really important to include those. Because that's going to mean the longer that you fight, the more and more exposed that king becomes. Vil count for Anatan, 87. He's going to start sending units towards the north. Realizes, you know what? I actually need to help Vortex. He is my ally in this game. Baltoon is too big, he's too scary. He's too far ahead. I gotta send something to help him out. And that's what he's gonna do. Vortex is on the edge. You can see it right now. If this keep comes online, I don't see how Vortex possibly holds this position. King safely in the back. I say safely. I don't know how safe you really think that is, Drongo. It's only a battering ram away from death. And now the keep comes online. Maybe looking to pick up reinforcements. If you want to go for a snipe, I mean, you could technically... I was going to say you could technically go for a snipe on Baltoon, but look, you're not making a snipe on this. This is not happening. You got triple keep or double keep here with the main town center. He's got way too many abilities to whack-a-mole that one through. He's going to look to try and pick up reinforcements, though. Any little way he can to help out Vortex in this situation and help him live a little bit longer. He's just so far ahead, and we can see the king standing out in the open at the moment. Just enjoying the fresh air. And Baltoon continues to move up. He's got a little bit of stone in the bank. Nowhere near enough to drop another keep, though. Keep in mind, the king is not inside this keep. Boiling oil not yet through. Is he just going to go after the landmarks? It looks like he might just go after landmarks. He's maybe a little bit concerned about the king running around. And says, you know what? I'm not going to deal with you running around. Where are those landmarks? He knows the high trade house to the south has been annihilated. The town center's here. The Golden Gate is here as well. So it's only a matter of time until he goes down. Meanwhile, the pick-offs are happening here. Anatan's coming back into the game, 106. Vortex landmark goes down. Vils is starting to siege it as well. Anatan incredibly far behind. He definitely hasn't come online. And now the palace guards have spotted him out. They've begun to make their way towards the south. The units are coming through already. He needed more time. The keep is online, but I don't think he's got it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Vortex gets eliminated. Baltoon takes the kill and immediately surrenders. Anatan says, I can't do it. I don't think I've ever seen a surrender that fast. That was an incredibly quick surrender from Anatan. That was like a 1-second surrender. He was like, get me out of here. Get me out. I'm done with this game. And I mean, understandably so. It was a tough spot for him. Baltoon with just... I mean, he gets the luck of the draw, right? Comes into the FFA. He's playing the Chinese. He gets a corner spawn. Nobody's looking in his direction, and he works out everything that he needs to do to take over the game. Well played. Absolutely well played to Baltoon. In the end, unfortunate to see the Holy Roman Empire have... Normally what I like to see with the Holy Roman Empire is they've got a little bit more space so they can do Holy Roman Empire things. Like for Puppy Paw, I would probably feel a bit frustrated that he couldn't actually win in this game. And the reason why he couldn't win is because he had too many neighbors that were too close to him. If you've got neighbors that are close to you, but they've got neighbors that are closer to them than you are, if that makes sense, so someone else that's closer, then you can do your Regnitz Cathedral thing. If he went Regnitz Cathedral here, though, he was dead without points. Here, at least, he picked up a couple points, but he took Beastie out with him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's head over to the final leaderboard and see if it has been updated. Let's take a look and see what we've got after the first game. All right, so I'm going to assume that this is correct. Anatan picked up a kill on Wham. Vortex picked up a kill on Marine Lord. Marine Lord picked up a kill on CSO, but he was in the Feudal Age, so he gets double points for it. Puppy Paw picked up First Blood and a kill in the Castle Age, which gives him 3 points. And Baltoon, of course, picked up a victory as well as plenty of kills. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave it there. And of course, for those folks of you on YouTube, we'll catch you guys in the next one.